Welcome all to this Poets Without Borders film for the Poetry Expo 2023. Our topic is India, the crossroads, visions and opportunities, threats and challenges. What all is this nation? The IT revolution, the snake charmer, the Tantra classes, Kama Sutra, Nirvana by Buddha, or what? The Taj Mahal, people surviving on love alone, the tolerance debate, biggest democracy. What? Listen to poets from across the globe celebrating poetry, humanity, pluralistic viewpoints, and more.
Ioni, Varanasi. È in amore il tempio stanotte. Scintillii di specchi, di intarsi e di candele. La giada e il gelsomino, una corda d'oro dal mio ombelico al tuo. 7 le promesse, 7 volte mi circondi con gli occhi dentro gli occhi. Lo smalto delle spose e poi nel grembo il fuoco. Cantano in argento 1000 cavigliere e i fiori, oh i fiori, e l'oro che trabocca nei giardini. L'acqua del Gange scorre e il latte si riversa su un membro eretto e terzo, mani di mandorla, carezze e semi che germoglia, incenso e mantra, è tutto un dilagare di sensi e di sospiri. Amore tutto in onda, incontenibile, rimane. Ioni, Varanasi. The temple is in love tonight, sparkles of mirrors, inlays and candles, the jasmine and the jade, a golden rope from my navel to yours. 7 promises, 7 times you circled me unfolding. Brides enamel, breast of fire, anklets singing. Oh, the flowers, golden, yellow, intoxicating gardens, milk and Ganges water flow, the shiny sign erected, almond hands caressing, milk sprouting, incense and mantras. Love flows, uncontainable. Stay a little longer. Parvati will carry her fruits. Thank you.
It's called Paying My Debt to 2 Lands. I left my India where as a child I learned to swim in the river Ganga. For Hindus, the most sacred waters. My father tied an empty tin box for learners to my chest and guided me into gushing waters in the holy city of Haridwar. I was terrified less, mesmerized more by Ganga flowing by in all its might, signaling at me like a protective grandparent. In the evening, tiny paper boats with lights seemed like fireflies out seeking companionship. And sometimes I saw ashes of cremated Hindus drifting by with only yellow marigolds peeking above the water like solemn pall bearers. Overwhelmed, my little frame huddled next to my parents, all of us reflecting in the night waters. It was a cultural spirituality attempting to bond with me. Now I live near the Potomac waters of another nation's capital and circling the stately monuments of history in my America. A new bond has been forged. My son will cremate me one day in this land that became our savior, keeping only a handful of my ashes to go into the Ganga, so that my soul pays its debt to two lands. Thank you.
The light of faith. You saw the smoke billowing out of a temple and said, "This is not where I would like to stay." You tasted the blood spilling out of a church and said, "This is not where I would like to pray." You heard the gunshots shrieking out of a mosque and said, "This is not where I would like to lay." You touched the children wilting in the park and said, "This is not where I would like to play." You read the streets smeared with fear and said, "This is not where I would like to spend my day." You made him stand, held his hand, wiped his tears, and said, "I am with you, come what may." You looked beyond the soaring light, hugged her tight. "O land of mine, I am with you, come what may." Thank you.
It's called Blue Pearl or Neela Bindu. In the sky of the mind, there is one blue star, aglow in the northern heavens, crown of the head, space of consciousness. Blue jewel, blue pearl, I sleep and wake and walk with you, secreted away in the still soft fontanelle. When December died, I woke in the blank dark of 5:55 a.m. and peacefulness pulsed in all the halls of my blood. Poetry poured out of the eyes in the palms of my hands, blissful tears of indigo ink. For a moment, all my eyes were open, those in the soles of my feet, the eye of the heart, eternal witness, the thousand eyes in the highest spiritual center. 3 times before I broke night's fast, amidst the refrains of my morning chant, a vision of the blue pearl of pure consciousness. Your flash of light flooded my head with wonder. My brow naturally bows toward you, effortless gesture of respect, and constantly honors your cobalt glow. You await the brush of these blue eyes turned upward and inward, and those of every seeker under one world sky, at the highest point in our minds. I don't want to regret never having been lost in the light of your sapphire sphere, forever star, constant constellation of one blue sun, humble radiance that holds the whole cosmos. Blue jewel, blue pearl, goal of all knowing, divine destination. May I always see we are already steeped in the deep blue of your steady heaven.
The crowning glory of India. Hail to you, India, my beautiful country, the ancient land of nature's majesty, the gigantic Himalayas' crowning glory, river Ganga, the goddess with water holy, the Vedas, Puranas, and the luminaries in sublimity transcend cosmic boundaries. India invented the number system. Everyone is amazed at India's wisdom. Certainly, the zero was invented by Aryabhatta during the golden period of Gupta era, the world's first university, Takshila, years before Christ, and then Nalanda. Sanskrit, the mother of so many languages, is one of India's cultural heritages. The dance of Nataraja, divine and cosmic in symbolism, baffles human logic. And the words from the Maha Upanishad, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, embrace the entire universe. The world is one family, a thought, great and broad. With salutes to India, I dedicate my verse. Thank you.
Summer night at a suburban station in India. Life takes a sudden break. The man who dresses up like God to eke out a living has not met him. Neither have I. But when I'm pulled back from having a date with railway tracks, life comes back on track. God and the ordinary meet each other in a summer night. Parallel lines observe in silence as the lone jacaranda tree on the platform whispers relief.
As I take water to drench myself to begin the day with a fresh lease of bread. With the sloka, Gange cha Yamuna chaiva, Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri, Jalasmin Sanidam Kuru. I invoke God of sacred rivers to cleanse my body and soul. Bless as they enter into the drops as they sprinkle with the confluence of holy brooks. I purify the murky mind to uplift and rise my conscience. The endless bliss is what I attain on the soil of Vedas and Upanishads that describe the spiritual significance of flowing streams that let you gain salvation or moksha as one gets immersed with his and her burned final ashes. Thank you.
Ode to my Indian friends. How much happiness is in the eyes of the Indian people that made a red carpet for me when I come to share culture with them. Thank you, Adi Cohen, Israel.
India, a country one can adore for myriad reasons, a diverse feast for all the senses, breathtaking landscapes and vibrant cultures. From the idyllic shores of Andaman to the high peaks of the Himalayas, a divine drink unites the nation. It is a street-side tea on the plains or the chai tapri over the mountains. It is a most suitable spot for cultural interaction. The small makeshift tapri made of wood, hay, or plastic sheet provides employment to localities, preserves environment, and petrichor. In past few years, city life has taken a toll over the mountains, turning them into metropolitan, luring tourists in abundance, providing them with 5-star comfort and accommodation. Heartbroken mountains endured the pain silently till the cracks broke open. In small, low, middle-class houses, monuments, and big hotels, the officers got the homes vacated, which would soon be razed to the ground. Their doors were crossed red as identification mark, which reminded me of a childhood fable, Ali Baba and 40 Thieves from 1001 Nights. I wish someone as intelligent as the character of Margina would come and save the mountains, maintaining the geological stability, putting end to heavy blasting and drilling, saving Joshimath from sinking. Saving Joshimath from sinking.
Called I Dream of India. I dream of India, of tigers and tea, of intricately designed carpets filled with magic and wonder, soaring above great mountains and seas. I dream of India, the Taj Mahal and myriad ornate golden temples. I dream of India and the sacred spirit dwelling in all living things. I dream of Gandhi's impeccable vision, its radiant white light shattered the glass of a grand yet fragile empire. I dream of India and the dazzle of preening peacocks under the sun. I dream of India and the slow possession of body-burdened elephants. I dream of India and Eastern promise, abounding in treasured myths and fables. Oh, this ancient land's deep blue and green bliss is such a sight to behold. As I dream, I want to leave life's grey reality.
Magnus opus of Indian colors. Da Vinci's Reflections layers in Tagore's vein. Self-portrait of Tagore, bereft colors, raw in style, rusty to the eyes, captures the art lover's imagination. Abhinendranath, patriotic colors imbued in Bharat Mata, added impetus to the nationalist movement. Saffron-clad women with sheaves of paddy garland in her hands drives the emotional nuances, adding historical flavor. Death neared her early. The talent at 18 captured the whole world with her self-portrait. Amrita Shergill hypnotizes us with her colors, drawing us neatly into her psyche, falling in her deep sleep of melancholy. The epic-colored canvas stands still in the testing times, freezing still from the Mahabharata. Shakuntala remains a signature of Raja Ravivarman's class. His frozen tableau freezes our vision. Shantiniketan's artistry, though the iconic Bapuji, carries the impassioned refinement. Nandalal Bose captivates the essence of the Mahatma absorbing in our souls. The colored photographical artistry by Ilayaraja's Tamil girls with her parrots sleazes through the inimical style, depicting a Dravidian girl smiling subtly, breathing through her eyes in the temple town in southern India. The light reflecting on the form touches the sensitive and simplicity of the daughter portrayed by her dad. Haldankar's glow of hope enthralls the onlookers. Lady with the lamp carries the light of hope. Modern artistry sans energy is zilch. With Bindu, Indian modern artists touched new horizon. Syed Haider Raza's creation breeds the focal point of energy, a source of energy, a source of life.
Sitar sends a single pure note, the drone beneath which the universe resonates, a reverberation of expectation. Swirls of color sweep dancers onto stage. This heavy rhythm of the earth's turning, fertile thud of rain upon taut canvas, strumming of tabla drum, the birth beat in the womb, the ebb and flow. The one true motion brought from head to heart, as fingers ripple strings, the breath that shapes the sound and makes it ring. The echo still lingers when the voice falls silent. For India, dancing upon injustice, dancing for peace, dancing for all our lives, steps passed down through centuries, mother to daughter, father to son. A hectic symmetry of cross rhythms collide, repeat, as hands carve graceful shapes through air. We celebrate our groundedness within this space, space within and space without. Words become our music. Planets turn to sweep of consonants, weaving order out of chaos. Words whispered over waiting waters until the whole world becomes one dance. Thank you.
Oh, Natasha, please tell him to go away. I don't want to go to the river Silai today. Oh, my dearest maiden, let him go to the another fountain. Oh, Natasha, please tell him to go away. He calls me by name in public place. Let me all blame. He becomes good to everyone. He does not know the actual time of propose. Each and every moment he reacts with me. Am I a doll of his hands? No, not at all. We are gonna go to the another fountain. Oh, my dearest maiden. Oh, Natasha. Oh, my dearest maiden. Let us go to the another fountain. At night, the melody of his flute appears to me like a thief. He is such kind of a boyfriend. Whenever he will call, I shall have to go. Am I a doll? Such kind of doll? Oh, Natasha, please tell him to go away. I don't want to go to the river Silai today. Oh, my dearest maiden, let us go to the another fountain.
Circle of sound. The music makes you and takes you in a million dances to wild, spicy cities, snowy mountain ranges, deep, silent lakes, burning deserts, jungles and tigers, to footprints in sand by the ebbing tide, to the reach for the summit of the highest peak. Circles of sound draw you round, slowly turning, pulsing on wires, faster, louder, coiling, snaking in a reeling revolution of sound and light, endlessly drumming into the core, to the center place, where you feel the space embrace you in the darkness.
India. Your name, a mantra for wisdom, a vehicle for bliss, a road to knowledge. Inside me, peace is overtaking my wounds. In Gandhi's spirit, I trace. In Gandhi's path, I'm one with you. Incense I burn to reach the Brahmastan of the earth. You have Vaidyas, gurus, and gods to sing your grace and heal all human race. Thank you. Namaste.
Dholi, the stupa of peace. Here stands the white damsel near the river Daya, the silhouette walls of its body on the new moon day, enchanting mantra of everlasting peace. The stupa, a magician of the timeline of Kalinga, a memento, a crown on the peace, the incarnation of history. The waves of river Daya dazzled once with blood, anger, ruthless hatred, snobbery. Today it is calm, as calm as the sleeping baby in the mother's lap. Maybe celebrating life. Peace is a war within. Once Asoka, the great Mauryan emperor, blew the trumpet of great Kalinga war. Raja Ananta Padmanabha, the king of Kalinga, fought the war with all his valor. A violent ballad was written. The Daya River witnessed the aftermath. Millions wounded. The cavalry, infantry, and war elephants died. In the dusk, after the war break, an old lady, taking the lamp in her hand, moved around, her desolate eyes searching the body of her only son, the only support of her last breath, long before she had lost her husband. And now, oh no, here lies her flesh and blood. She cried and cried and cried, screamed to tear the sky and ether. In the war, the arrow had pierced the body. Here is the heap of bodies of both the parties. Her son was in the infantry like a galloping horse. A brave Paika can run miles and miles standing on the wooden silt. Thousands of bodies lying on the grass, their blood oozing as the magma of a volcano. Skulls opened, thighs divided like distributaries of a river, the chest bones broken. Their benevolent service they have rendered to the kings, little they enjoyed life or love. The old woman walking with slow steps to get the dead body of her son. Can she ever leave her child lying on the sand in those chill nights? She loves her only son. Everywhere splashes of blood. She screamed in rage. The screech was a blast and echoed. The birds flung their wings. Shouted she, "Hey, you killer Ashok! You killed millions to win the land from Magadha to Kalinga. You own the earth, the soil. You have the non-living goal. Alas, the poorest of the poor you are. You could never win a single heart. A killer you are. Killer of today is a killer of tomorrow. Is this no man's zone your target? My tears are heavier than your soul. I am a mother. I create. You are a king and killer. A king is a king of hearts. Now you got this barren land. No man, no bride, no song, no lullaby, no tinkling of the bangles, no marriage drums, only the cacophony. You own this land of your choice. Challenge the lady to the Mauryan King Asoka. You are a Chander, a butcher. King Asoka lamented, ran to Upagupta. The Buddhist saint put the sword on the feet of the sand, closed his eyes in deep regret, enchanted. Dharmam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami, buddham saranam gacchami. He inhaled peace, exhaled hatred. The coronation of surrender was over. Crown and sword lying on the ground. Tears of repentance washed the sin. Chandasuk turned to Dharmasuk. The war of Kalinga changed the mind. The victor accepted non-violence. Is peace a metaphor, a myth, or an imagination? Dholi replies in silence, answers to all binaries. The Chaityas, the stupas, pillars of Dholi, writes the epitome of peace. Here stands Dholi, a journey, a scenario, a haiku, a melody, a mantra, a formula, an evidence, a memory, an invitation, a crown. Peace, peace, thou art a celebration. Peace, thou art a celebration, the resurrection, the anthem of civilization. Dholi sings love, peace, humanity in the silent nights as a white dove spreads the wings on the hillock today, tomorrow, and forever.
India. Just as the monsoons flood your vast lands, enabling soil fertility, so are also abundant and fertile the minds of your illustrious poets and philosophers, who spread from their beginnings the intellectual force of the world expressed in their poems, cults, laws. From such strength and power is also your vibrant and rich culture that comes from your mesmerizing nature and vigor of your cultural expressions of art, colors, smells, faith, which was imposed by your cry for independence to write your own history. This is how the incredible Indian people have shown up to the present day to the world magnificently.
Razor string mantra. I journeyed to my master's feet to gain enlightenment in this ancient land, broad concrete boulevards and sidewalks, massive block buildings, cool till mid-morning, 110 by noon, power plant cinders in my breath, lovers run over in the dark as they walk in the road hand in hand, a child's neck slit, multicolored glazed kite string, $5 per kilometer, wound on a rosewood spool, patangdory.com.
A kaleidoscope, my homeland, India. Unity in diversity woven into its fabric. It does seem to struggle and stretch, but remains woven intact. It's an emotion, a feel, a connect. It's a bond. Million reasons to feel proud of my homeland. We, the fortunate citizens of this kaleidoscopic nation. Passion defines our soldiers who defend the borders. Large stretch of green fields, selfless grit defines our farmers. Our freedom struggle will be our crowning glory. The rich cultural heritage reverberates in its history. Sagas of bravery, epics of chivalry, stories of love, a journey of progress. A steady growth since the era of independence, progress with times, globalization, tech-savvy millennials, all this carves the image of my modern India. As we reside in a foreign land, emotions overwhelm us while we hear and hum the national anthem. Sacrifices of our forefathers steer our strong foundation,
and the love for our motherland. As we reminisce their illustrious path, we resolve to carry the prestigious tricolor flag. We resolve to keep our secular fabric and swag.
Home. Whose battle did he fight for the price of death? The present begot him what future, what fate? Why did he have to fall, so innocent, so naive? What can the nation give for his dreams to thrive? Why even should there be others waiting his steps? What worth is a soldier's heart, whether it beats, bleeds, or stoops? Why should he be remembered, resurrected from history's scoops? The winter haze will soon cover the split sanguine stain, or it may get washed deep into dirt with an untimely rain, to run unceasingly, eternally through Mother Earth's vein, or even in time there may appear a blossom mundane, to watch the soldiers who would still march the line, who, biting frozen tears, would dig their heels, saying, "There lies our buddy, and there lies our captain, whose oozing blood warmed and nurtured you, and whose earnest wishes didn't go in vain. Spread your fragrance far if you can, and tell my lady I'll be home again. Tell my lady I'll be home again. I'll be home again."
My India. I loved India unconditionally, with all its pros and cons like Mother, her baby. I miss it and I come back in my dreams to the land of Maharajas, which is decked like a peacock in rich sari and buzzing bracelets. I long also for the poor houses of old Delhi, where the poverty sleeps on the doorsteps. Only there a man can see man's symbiosis with nature, harmonic, emerging from chaos, interpretation of death and life in the eternal cycle of reincarnation, the cradle of languages in ancient culture, immortalized in Sanskrit and Vedas. My India will stay in me. I absorbed it with all my senses. I waved it into my heart and mind. It's like an insect inside the Baltic amber and like a ticket to my dream.
Baji Caves. Tiny rooms for tired travelers 2,000 years old still stand pristine, buried in the belly of a protective mountain. Pilgrims and traders rested in cave inns for one night or a few, inhaling the breath of sages with the breathtaking vistas of the valley's lush green hues. A majestic ark welcomes today's guests into a central chaitra, which is a prayer room. A welcome ark welcomes today's guests into a central chaitra whose mystical stupa houses a nameless sage buried in lotus position after reaching enlightenment. Now, contemporary cameras capture this ageless monument's grandeur in pixels with wafer-thin lifespan.
Sunset in Goa. Light and air between our fingers, in our shoes the sour smell of newborn hyacinths. Young and restless, we lived in cheap hotels on sun-baked beaches, between coconut trees and temples. The locals smiled with flashing eyes, inviting us to watch the sunset, and we looked forward to a dimming dusk and the gradual opening of our evening primrose, spreading her tender scent. But the equatorial sun fell into the horizon at full speed, like someone falling during a cartwheel. Thank you.